This is Gemara Chulin, Daf Vav, and we're holding on Vav Amid Aleph. We are 4 lines from the top, and we are in the middle of discussing the Gezerah of Rabbi Gamliel. The Gezerah is saying that as much as the Kutim Be'etzem should be allowed to do Shechita. However, said the Rabbanan Gazru that they are not allowed to do Shechita. So says the Gemara, my time of Gazru Rabbanan. Why do they make this gezerah 5 lines down? Vav Amid Aleph says the Gemara, Ki Hadr of Shimon Elazar, which of Shimon Elazar was Shadri Rabbi Meir, was sent by Rabbi Meir Lasuye Chamra Mi Bekutai, to get some wine from the Kutins. Ashkecha, he found that Usab, an elderly person, Amr Lev, is Samta Sakin. Put a knife into your jaw if you are a man of spirit. What does that mean? A pasuk in Mishlei, the old man is saying, don't take the wine. If you're high, if you have a high kavod abriyas, high moral standards, don't take this wine. Halach of Shimon Elazar. So Shimon Elazar went, v'siber dvarim of Rabbi Meir, and said to Rabbi Meir, because and it was based upon this story that Rameir made a gezerah that what? The yayin of the kutim is going to be aser. My taima. What's the reason for this gezerah? What really motivated Rabbi Meir? Amram Nachum bar Yitzchak to Mosyoina matzu lehen beroish har grizim. They discovered that the kutim had a demusyaina, something that looked like a dove on the top of Har Grizin, Shayavdin Isa, that they were worshiping this dove. So this showed that these kutim were really Oivdei Avodah Zara. And how did they serve this idol? With the wine. So Rameir thereby came along and said all the wine is aser. And even though one might wonder how many kutim, this wasn't the vast majority, this was a miyot. So maybe one would say, okay, no, you can't pass judgment on all of them. Rameir is of the opinion the chayish lemiuta. We're worried about a minority because aruba atu miut. And he made exer on all the kutim because of this minority. For Rav Gamliel, so this was Rabbi Meir. But we're looking for Rav Gamliel. Says the Gemara, 3 lines from the white lines. For Rav Gamliel, Beistima Nami, Rabbi Meir Sfir Luhu, they hold like Rameir does. Says the Gemara, that pasuk that was just quoted by the old man, Pashte Dikrab and Mike Sif. What is the simple shot in the pasuk that we just quoted in Mishlei? Says the Gemara, you know what it is? B'Talmud HaYoshev of the Rabbi. It's regarding a Talmud sitting in front of his Rabbi. Detani Rav Chia. Says Rav Chia, another pasuk in Mishlei. Ki seishev lilchem es ha'moishel. When you sit to eat bread, lil chayim ti lechem with the ruler, bein tavin es asher lefanecha. Analyze, look deeply, be mevin, that which is in front of you. V'samta sakin b'layechem al nefesh atam, put a sakin in your jaw, if you are a bal nefesh. So, what is this pasuk teaching us? Says the Braisa on the second one line, Im yoidea Talmud b'Rabbi. If the Talmud knows about his Rabbi Sheidea Lachzer Loitam, if the Talmud knows about the Rebbe, that the Rebbe is able to answer with reason, Bain, then analyze and challenge, and that's going to bring out whatever is not clear to you. Vimlav, if the Talmud does not know that the Rebbe can answer, then Tovin, as I share levanecha v'samta sakin b'loyecha. Think what you have in front of you and put a knife in your jaw, meaning think about the Torah and don't ask any kashos. You might embarrass the Rebbe. Im Baal Nefesh Ata, if you are a Baal Nefesh. That's how we darshan up this pasuk. Im Baal Nefesh Ata, Paroi Shemanu, then separate and don't ask the Rebbe these questions and find a different Rebbe. Rav Yitzchak ben Yosef in the fourth white line, Shadi Rav Avua Lasui Chamer Beikutai. He sent Rav Avua to get wine for the Kutin and Ashkei Chusab. He also found an old guy. Amar Le Leskan Shemrei Taira. Rav Yitzchak says to the old guy, are there no Talmidei Chachamim? Halach Rav Yitzchak v'siv b'dvarim levnei Rav Avua. So Rav Yitzchak came back and told Rav Avua what happened. Halach Rav Avua v'siv b'dvarim levnei Rav Yami v'Rav Asi v'lo zazu misham. And they did not leave. They didn't move until they made gezeros and decrees that the Kutim had the status of full-fledged Oivdei Avodah Zarah. Says the Gemara, Gemura Memai, if the issue is the shchita of the Kutim, the wine of them that they're pouring to Avodah Zarah, me'asam gazubu rabbanan. They already made a gzeira that the shchita on the yayin. So why is it necessary for Rav Ami and Rav Asi to say the same gzeira again? Says the Gemara, inu gazar v'lo kavla man. A fascinating progression. The earlier Rabbanan indeed made the same takana, but the people did not accept the gezerah against the yayin and against the shchita of the kutim. Also, Rav Ami, Rav Asi, and they went and they made the gezerah again. The kablu minayim, and the people accepted it. Says the Gemara, what does it mean that Rav Ami and Rav Asi said, that we consider them full-fledged oivdei kechavim? Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak levatel rishos velitin rishos. You know what it means? It means to mevatel their rights entirely. Uchletanya, as we learned in a brisa, Yisrael mamar mishamer shabbatoi. Says the brisa, Yisrael mamar, a yid who observes the Shabbos bishok publicly, meaning in private, he's not holding on Shabbos. But in the public eye, in the shuk, he is. Mevatel Rishos, v'noisin Rishos. We can mevatel Rishos, we can give him Rishos, v'sheinai mishamer Shabbat b'shuk. But if he's even machal Shabbos, b'verhesya, then ain't no mevatel Rishos, v'noisin Rishos. Why? Amru, because they said, the Chachamim said, Yisrael, nice in Rishos, Mavatal Rishos. But regarding a guy, it's until one rents the rights of the guy, you can't just be Mavatel his Rishos. Says the Gemara, Kate said, how is this done? Amar Loi, we say to your neighbor, Rishusi kinu yalacha, my Rishos is given to you. Rishusi mevutelach l'cha. Kana, it's considered that the neighbor has the rishos. Ve'enoi tzarich lezakot, and there's no need to give over the rishos to any other form of kinyan. However, a guy is not able to do this. The property has to be rented from him. So Rav Ami and Rav Asi are making zera that the kutim do not have the liberties, the milos of the yidden that you're allowed to be mavatal the rishos, but rather you have to be seicher, you have to rent it from them like a gahi. Says the Gemara, let's go back to Daf Heyam and Beis Rav Zera that said that HaKadosh Baruch Hu would never allow a tzaddik to eat something to have a stumbling block happen to him. Says the Gemara of Zeira v'Ravasi ikloi lepundika di Yai. They came to the pundik, the lodge of Yai. Aisul kamayo beitzim hamitzumtzakais hamitzumakais biyayin. They brought a dish of roasted eggs with wine. Rav Zeira lo yachal, Ravasi achal. We're about 15 lines to the bottom. The first line is v'Ravasi. Amrle Rav Zeira Ravasi lo chay shemar l'taroives. Demai, you're not worried about Demai? Amar le Ravasi responds, Lavadatai. Yes, Ravasi, you're right. I didn't think about it. Amar Rav Zera, Efshar Gazra al Tarayvis Demai. Is it possible that the Chachamim made a Gzera against Demai? Umistayea Milsa de Ravasi Lamechali Surah. Can it be, he asked, The Ravasi was over such an Isser. How? What's the Shayla? Ar Memra. Hashta be'entishal Sadiq Nish Baruch maybe take al Yadam. Sadiq Matzah like Kol Shekin. So Rav Zera went out, Nafak Rav Zera v'dak v'ashach, and he found it Tanan. Halokech yayin litin l'toich amor yos. Someone buys the wine from an Amaretz to put it into the Moris to fish brine, or the Techaluntis, Karshinim, or he buys Karshin lasas Mentachinim to make veg, Adolshim lasas Memresisim, lentils, to make ground lentils, Chai Misham Demai, Vein Zarch Leimar Misham Vadai, Veheinatzman, and if he buys these items themselves, the fish brine, the luntis, he buys from an Amaretz. What's the halacha? Says the Brisa. Mutarin wahim neshein tarayves. What do we see clearly? We see that if it's a tarayves, we don't have to be worried. So Rav Asi l'chayra did nothing wrong. Says the Gemara, really? Well, like Gazra, Tarevis Demai, there was no Gezerah. But Tanya, give your neighbor bread to bake. Ukter levashel bat to cook. In a chayshel l'sar. V'tavlin sheba. You don't have to worry about the yeast or the tavlin, the spices. Loi misham shvies, loi misham maiser. V'em amar la seili milishchi. But if mishalichi, if you said to your neighbor, make it for me from your own items, your own ingredients, then yes, chayshilis are v'tavlin sheba. Misham shvies and misham maiser. So what do we see over here? We see that you must separate Meiser and Demai, even though you receive them as a Tarayves. Says the Gemara, no. Shiny awesome. The Kim of the Kamar law. I say Mishalachi, you said to make for me from your own items. Kiman. Ta'ariv Yadayim Dami. It's as if he mixed it with his own hands. Rafra Mamar, another Taret. Shiny Sa'ar V'Tavlin. Tilataime Avid, since they're added for taste. V'Taima and taste is loy batal, doesn't become batal. Says the Gemara. Let's go back to the Brisa that says you don't have to worry about the Amaretz mixed up his own ingredients from that which was given to him. For Gemara, why not? 3 lines at the bottom. We're not worried that the Amaretz is going to switch ingredients. Why not? If someone gives his dough to his mother-in-law, who's married to Amaretz, you have to give Meiser for what she gives to her and that which she takes back. So worried that she's going to switch the breads and spoil it. So what do we see? We see that the Amaretz is chayshish, that they're going to pull some quick one. Says Gemara, no. In the last line, also the reason over there is Rav Yehuda, right? See, the reason over there is because the mother-in-law wants her daughter to be happy and is embarrassed of his son-in-law, and therefore, because she has these good intentions, we're worried she's going to switch the item. But a stam Amaretz, we're not worried about that. Says the Gemara as we turn over to Vav Amid Beis. Really? According to your reasoning. Excuse me, you're only worried here, you're not worried. Stam. As Rashi says, like you give the innkeeper Meiser Eshu nice and life to give Meiser you give to her Eshu night because she's worried she's gonna switch it. So frak the Gemara, we see you have to be worried about this. Explains the Gemara, Hasam Nami Moria. Over there it was as well. She finds the reason Moria V'Amar, she's Moria Heter and says, Barbe Raf, Lechol Chamima V'Anocha Ich Ochal. Krira, the Rabbanan, she warm food, how many cold food? And therefore, she's doing it mitam sidkis as he switches the food, but as tamam aretz, we're not worried. Says Marv Chalufe Lochai Shinan, really? Vatanan, 6 lines down, Vavame Beis, Ishes Chaver Lechanes, and Ishes Amaretz, they could grind together, Zanchita Mei, Avalov is Zanchita Hoira, Shimon Lazar Aimer, Zanchita Mei, Loitit Chain Wai. And Stanislaw gives her vaychals and she eats it. So says the Gemara, understand. Hashda Migzal Gazla. Now the wife of Amaretz worried he's gonna steal to give some to a friend. Chalufe mibai. If the teacher's the din, she's gonna switch it. It's pashit. If we're even Chayshishara and Gizela, Avada, she's gonna switch it. Amar Rav Yosef. Hasam Nami Mariva Amar. Over there as well, she justifies and says, Mariva Amar. Hayra midishe ka'achil, that an ox eat from its own threshing, and therefore she's Meir Heter, that it's not so bad. Hey, and Rabbi Yeshua ben Zeroz ben Chavish al Rameir lefnei Rabbi al Rameir Allah shel Yarek mi Beishan. The Yevitz Rameir had a leafy vegetable grown in Beishan, and he didn't take off my survey to Rabbi as Beishan kula al Yadai, and Rabbi exempted the entire Beishan from giving off Meiserais. Rebbe's brothers and other people over there gathered upon him. Place your fathers, your forefathers. They were all machmir, and they said you cannot eat any fruit and vegetables without taking a meiser. How could that be? Darish let me cry. He responded as follows: Vikites in the Chash and the Chaysha also Moshe, and the Chash and the Chaysha has the gold, the copper snake that Moshe made. Kiad Hayam Ma'ema Imene Yisrael Makdirim Loi. Till that day, Klaisel burnt incense to it. Vayikra Loi, and they called it Nechushasan. Efshar Ba Ben Asav Loi Biaroi Ba Yoshav Loi Biaroi. It's franked Gemara. Really? Could it be that Hiskia's father Asa came and didn't destroy it. Yoshafa came and didn't destroy it. Vahala call Avodah Zar Shavailam Asa v'Yeshevet Biaram. But you're telling me now that Asa and Yeshevet destroyed all of Avodah Zara? If they did, then there's the Chayshes of the snake of the Chayshes they should have killed as well. Ella says the Gemara as we conclude on Zayin and Aleph. Ella Makam Nichla Avaisav Liskader boy. Afnani, there's a place in order to differentiate and distinguish. I'll pick it up from here.